Recreate plays the channel, the Hot Laps the show, the Pit Crew's the gang. Welcome all. Introduce yourselves.
Yo, yo, yo. Happy to be here.
Ash, Mike. So this is a new show of ours where we just talk about the news in F1. So it's going to be a bit of a loose conversation. The hot lap, we're going to go with soft, medium, hard. Alan Jones's hot lap was thrown about, but we've decided to keep it PG for today. How are we all?
Hi. Great.
Yeah. Good to see. Good to
really
see.
good.
We're hanging out with withdrawals from F1 for the last 2 weeks, I'm sure. But finally, Vegas is coming up this week. But before we get to that, I thought we'd go through a few things. How about the driver rosters are settled for 2025 and youth has been served.
Exciting times. Yeah. Good to see young blood on the grid. There was no young blood this year except for later in the year.
True,
But yeah, it was good. It's good to see. It's yes. Get rid of some deadwood. Sorry to hurt some people's feelings, but yeah. Out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I think that's going to be the trend. Like, I think as more interest grows in the sport, like, there'll be more interest, obviously, paid into the junior categories. And I think, guys that like you said, everyone wants the new young quick guy as well. Like, everyone's going for the next Max, the next Antonelli. Everyone wants that teenager that's got the spark. So yeah, I don't think we're going to see a lot of these Bottas's and like journeymen that have been around for a long time, which is a bit sad because I'm not saying they're not great drivers. They just haven't been in the right car at the right time. But I think that's the way it's going to go.
Mike?
Having said that, Bottas was in the right car for a long time.
Yeah, well, that's right. Maybe not to suit him, but yeah, you're right. That's what I mean. Let's get the young quick guys in. Let's see the fastest guys.
Yeah, I mean, Colapinto had a whole continent behind him in South America, basically, for the
Do you
last
think it
half
has
of
to
the
do
season.
with a new era or close to a new era? Teams are having the thought, look, we're starting from scratch. It doesn't matter who's in the car, whether they're youth or old. Everyone's going to be learning it from scratch. We might as well go with someone who's younger, fresher, able to pick up the new technology and the new generation faster. Do you think it has to do with that somewhat?
A little bit, yeah. Also, at the same time, whoever gets in, they really have to shine, because if it goes like Chris says, the rotation is going to be so much faster. You got to really nail your spot, really impress. Otherwise, there's a new guy waiting the wins. There's so many, and
I like that.
It's even more pressure now to hit the ground running and really, I guess impress how good you are, how worthy you are.
I hope it becomes
totally
like that.
agree.
Yeah. Where it's a
Yeah,
true
like-
meritocracy and the 19 fastest drivers in the world plus Lance Stroll. That would be amazing. Let's make it the best sport it can be.
Yeah, I mean, look at Colapinto in the car versus Logan Sargent in the same car. Like, they gave James Vowles was constantly every weekend saying, "Oh, Logan needs more time. Logan's finding half a tenth here."
Yeah.
Colapinto just jumps in the same car with the same equipment, and he's fast straight away. So, I mean, you can be young, but either you're fast or you're not really fast, are you?
Man, Colapinto scored more points than Sargent and what's his name, Latifi, combined in all their years of F1. Like,
I know.
You know what I mean? Enough said. Like, money. I mean, that's the thing. They've got to work out the financial side. It's not because James Vowles loves slow drivers in his cars. It's because he needs the money, and these guys bring the money. Like. And that's the reality. It's because they wouldn't have a team if these guys weren't bringing in the money. Like, so it's just it's financial reality of the sport. Like, unless they're going to make it like IndyCar where it's all the same. And I don't think we want that. Like, we want to see the innovation and the best of the best minds, making the best of the best things.
Well, then,
but there's always going to be slow teams that don't have the investment and going to struggle,
let's touch
and they're
on
going to
that
need
point,
pay
but
drivers.
Chris, because I think you bring up something interesting, right? Like, if the money isn't flowing as readily because we haven't got these big marketable names, will that slow innovation? Is that what you were sort of touching on? Is that what you mean?
Because
Yeah.
because it's just a business, and you need, if you want to attract the best people, you need to offer them the best conditions. People are going to go to the best place. Like,
Yeah, I think that's a fair
if
point.
you're a genius young engineer and you get a job from Red Bull offer or a job from Williams, and one's offering 5 times the salary of the other, and one's on the top, like, who are you going to go with? Like, it's pretty
Yeah.
obvious.
Mm.
It's just the way the business world works, and F1 is very much a business in a lot of ways.
Sure is. Yeah.
I mean, hence but lower ranked teams will always have a pay driver. Like, it's always going to be their business cases. They've got one fast driver and one pay driver if they need the pay driver to pay to
That's a good
develop the
point.
car.
Yeah. It's just,
Like, if you could
that's
have,
the reality of it.
yeah, like Perez,
And I would rather
was
that.
basically a pay driver, right?
Yeah. I would rather that than an IndyCar where it's all even Steven. It's a
Mm.
bit sort of manufactured. Like, I want to see the innovation and the thinking outside the box and stretching the rules. I love all that. That's what makes F1 to me. There's,
All I
and
hear is, I
that's
want a
just off
V10
track.
back, Chris. I just want a V10.
Well,
That's what we
I
all
love
want.
that too. Yeah.
So we brought this up last episode, but let's go over the grids again, guys. Like, okay, so who's looking the most exciting young grid on the paddock? Young pairing on the grid.
RB.
McLaren.
McLaren?
Yeah,
McLaren.
McLaren. Yeah,
All right, let's go one by one. Let's not all
I thought you meant just
over each
rookies
other.
only.
What's the best young pairing? Let's go young pairing. Yeah. So under 27 is pretty young, isn't it? Shit, under 50 is young.
McLaren.
Okay,
is
Chris,
still
Lando,
well under
and
that.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Quick take on why?
They're the most evenly matched, I think, and they're both race winners. So
Yeah.
they're both potential world champions. Like,
Mike, who do you think
I
is the
think
most exciting pairing to watch next year?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose when you said young, I suppose Lando has so many years experience in the sport now, he didn't immediately come to mind, but he's still young. So yeah, I think from a talent and experience, apex, I think that Piastri and Lando are definitely there, as Chris said.
If I had
But the battle between Yuki and Liam is incoming.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
If I had to follow one pairing though, like a reality TV show, I'd be watching George and Kimi. I reckon that would be fascinating watching these two go up against each other.
Yeah.
I'm
I
looking
mean, I'd
forward to
love
that.
to see a reality TV show of the drivers, like each team, like they're each living in a 1-bedroom apartment, each team.
Like
So,
Survivor or something.
Fernando and Lance, like
And they
Kimi
each
and George.
vote out one
They're
week.
all like,
the slowest.
they've got to set out the interior design. They've got to work out how it looks and what's in there. I think it'd be
George, put your shirt on.
Yeah.
And
Can you see my bomb in these pants?
And they're just playing flick the nuts with Carlos and Lando all the time, and
yeah, I think it'd be great.
Classic dorm room hijinks. and Fernando's like trying to get his own room.
I reckon Kimi could really get under George's skin if he's fast and consistent. Like, I think he should play mind game with George.
Everything gets under George's skin, which is what makes it so good. Yeah. Sorry, exactly. Go on.
Yeah,
Mike.
like he should get Italian-speaking race engineers speak in Italian the whole time with his engineering crew, so George can't understand what they're saying, and George can't understand why he's so fast. He can't get any insights at all.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think he could pose a big problem. Like, I mean, that's the way he's, I guess, got the biggest question mark coming in, like to next year, in as far as a big seat goes. Like, how's he going to go? It's going to be
Yeah, I don't know much about his background and so on. Is he a former?
Well, he doesn't have much of a background. He's so young, man. He's 17 or whatever. Like,
yeah, right.
I mean, he's quick and he's always been quick, but I guess you just never know. But I think Toto's just like,
so we skipped F3, went from F4.
If Red Bull can do it, then we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to get one of these young gamers on our side.
Grew up playing F1 2020 on the freaking PS5 or something. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
With Kimi, like getting the spot, that sort of like ends Mick Schumacher because he was part of that group in Mercedes.
True that.
And Toto didn't like. Toto's really good at like pushing Schumacher, but he could have signed him himself. He's like, no, I'll pass on him and get Antonelli in.
I
He'll
know,
bang every
right?
other teammate for not taking him on, but like he didn't do it himself. So that
You're his
just ends it.
agent, and he wouldn't sign him. Wow.
Yeah, that just ends Mick Schumacher, man. It's like he has to move out and do WEC or something else. Maybe go to
Mick's,
IndyCar.
Mick's mum is gonna have some firm words for the grid about that. Okay, my mum will have some things to say about this, Toto.
Yeah, they're all jumping
Yeah.
on that. Anyone in that Schumacher camp's like still pushing it. Ralph Schumacher's still pushing it. What's
He
his
never
name?
was
Francis
quite
just
good
came in and
enough,
pushed it.
you know?
And
Yeah.
Ralph the Mouth.
Wasn't there a Dave? Isn't there a Dave Schumacher out there that's also trying to get a job in F1? Isn't there another Schumacher out there, Ralph's son?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
There's
him.
another Schumi out there,
Yeah.
maker of
Oh, they'll
shoes.
keep coming, man. They'll keep coming.
They'll keep
Yeah.
on being. All right, let's go to the next fucking topic. Fucking swearing in the fucking F1, guys. I mean, as Tarantino will attest, swearing doesn't bring personality, but it doesn't hurt. So
Yeah.
I want to see swearing. I want to see these guys say what's on their mind. Where would we be without Kimmy saying, I've taken a shit? Without Danny Rick saying, he's tripping crazy nutsacks? Without Magnussen telling people to suck his balls? What are we doing to the sport here, guys? F1 is like dry enough without personality. With it, like I like these young kids. Like they come with a lot of energy and attitude, but not as much personality. It has to be said. All right, and I think the swearing, you're taking out the swearing. It's just
My opinion is when they're in the car, they can say whatever they want. Like it's up to you. You guys want to broadcast it or not? Like it's at their business. They're at work, like doing their thing. But when it comes to a press conference and there's kids watching, you can't just go, fuck that cunt, fuck that, like fucking cunt, fuck.
Yes,
like,
you can. Yes, you
oh,
can.
like, no, because
all right, Chris. Let Chris finish his point. Let Chris finish his
you
point.
can, but you shouldn't. I guess you shouldn't because you're not getting your point across very well. I don't think, and B, you're not, you're not seeing a good example. And I think you should set a good example when you become a role model for young children.
Okay.
And lots of people are watching you. Like you can be a smart ass and go, "Fuck you, cunt." Like it's all good. But I reckon, I think it also.
The
and
dad
I do
on the
want to
grid.
preface it. I do want to preface it by saying that it all started from the in-car stuff, really, and that's why you got to stop swearing. And then Max is like, "Well, fuck you. If you want to tell me to stop swearing, I'm an adult."
Right. Mike,
so yeah,
Ash, what do you reckon?
It will be just for the English audience. I mean, they can swear as much as they want on Dutch television. So,
Fuck is an international word, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like the Dutch,
Translates
if you want
so
to
well.
watch, if you want swearing and an unfiltered conversation, just watch the Dutch version of it. When they interview the English drivers, the English speaking drivers, they all swear. They have pull no punches with that stuff, so they can flow.
Ricky does. Yeah.
But in general, I know I don't mind it. I don't like PC. I don't like F1 going PC or doing that. So
Freedom
if they
of
want
speech.
if they want to swear, let them swear.
All
Just
right.
bleep it out. Don't post it live and just bleep it out. It'll go.
Wow, no, because I want it live though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well,
it should be
I
live.
know you can't have it both ways, but yeah, I'm against the PC thing. If you're gonna do it. If not, not. I think the recent one with Charles, that was ridiculous. That was like accidental, but he still got smashed. So it's
He apologized straight after he said it too, which is interesting.
yeah. So that was just dumb.
Yeah,
So,
I think there's a really simple solution.
Chris,
No, I haven't got much else. It's just I just thought it was really stupid. Like he apologized for it. It wasn't done deliberately, and he still got that was just that's what I really dislike. If F1 heads down that track, that's just like
it's a slippery
it
slope.
becomes really really sterile and stale and catering for a PC audience, and that's not.
Well, every driver
yeah.
signed the petition against it, wanting to not to be censored, which is interesting. Mike, what do you reckon?
Really?
Yeah, I think that like in the heat of the moment in the car, that it's very difficult to try and control that kind of thing, and I don't think they should. Otherwise, they'd be again trying to monitor every single language. You can't swear in Italian, you can't say merd, or you can't say whatever in your local language. But yeah, I think outside of the car that they have, when they're not in the heat of the battle, that they should exercise some kind of decorum, I guess, when doing interviews
Yeah.
as professional sports people.
Yeah.
Like
We're split
every
down the
other
middle.
sportsman, every other sports person's expected to, you know,
not everyone. Like
they are. Well, every other multi-million-dollar sportsman that's going worldwide in many countries when they talk, yeah. So I think you're just being a smart ass if you think, oh, I can say whatever the fuck I want. I'm too good for you guys. Like, you know, like, yeah. I think there's a certain amount of arrogance I think that comes into it. Like, I think, man, you
guess,
know, you're really good at what you do, and we want to hear what you got to say. But if you're gonna offend people, like, it's not
you've turned me
necessary.
around. You've turned me around. I'm going to
Giving
try
you
and watch what I
reaction.
say now when I'm at work, because when the F1 drivers are at press conferences, they are technically still at work. They're still wearing the uniform of their workplace. You're right. I
They have
think
sponsors that
the
They're
represent
sponsors,
actually,
from
they
many
like,
should
I
have
feel
to,
like,
they should have
more
to
like when they're
behave.
doing that, they're doing their sponsorly duties. Like when they're in the car,
Mm,
it's when they're really doing their work. It's when they're really
yeah.
doing what they're employed for, and you can say whatever the fuck you want when you're at work. That's
Yeah,
your
we gotcha.
business to
We gotcha.
get the job done better.
Yeah,
But
we gotcha.
when you're doing your media duties, then you're doing your media duties. So there's a certain level of decorum, like Mike said, that I think
framework.
needs to
Yeah.
be observed.
That's fucked. I was
I'm
going to
like
play a
Charles
swear
Barkley.
game, but now I don't feel like swearing.
Tag Heuer doesn't crack under pressure. Famous
Most
line.
people should be role models.
Yeah, let's
You
all
should be.
watch what we have to
It's
say now.
not, you know, I don't know. I just don't. I don't think it really helps. Like, I don't think it makes people more intelligent or it
I
helps
think,
them.
yeah,
I don't think
It
it's
might
actually
make
I
them
think what it
feel.
is though is just a tension between Mohammed bin Salem and the grid. I think it doesn't even matter what it
Yeah.
is. I
Yeah.
think
I think it's a really good point, Mike.
it's a real
Yeah.
tension there between the underwear, the jewelry, the earrings, the watches. He's not a popular leader right now, man.
Dude, the guy just wants fucking attention. He's desperate
Yeah.
to be relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's every time somebody gets out of a car after a race, he's fucking standing there in the background,
yeah.
clapping, can't wait for the handshake. He's just desperate for the
I feel like Mike's got
attention.
something on this. I can feel the energy coming off your mic. What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, you don't see any other like FIA president like gagging at the bit to be in front of the cameras. Like he was like he's the FIA. Like they make the rules. At the end of the day, they're not like part of this kind of like
No,
circus. Like they're the ones that are meant to be the arbitrators, not the ones that are like, hey,
involved
I'm going to
directly.
get my
Yeah,
15 seconds of fame on camera.
Oh gosh.
they're meant to
I mean,
handle
apart from
rules and
Maximus with 15
regulations.
seconds of unintentional fame, but you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
rules, regulations, technical things, but not actual. They cross that line, which we're going to get into, I guess. So
Well, one of the most cringeworthy things was him actually doing the drive-aways after the race.
Yeah.
That was so bad, man. He's standing there documenting like he's a scrutineer. He's like, push the lady out of the way, and he's running down the drive-aways after the race has been done. That was just unbelievable. I couldn't understand that. It was like one of the most cringiest things I've ever seen in F1,
all right,
ever.
all right, we're going to go through a few of them. I've got a few here that I'm just going to talk through. Alleged interference in these are highlights given to us from AI. Alleged interference in the 2023 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Yeah, that was
Whistleblower
Alonso.
alleged. Yeah,
That
Chris
was Alonso's.
Alonso. He tried to overturn a penalty given to Alonso.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Alonso, Aston Martin, Aramco,
Aramco.
fucking Saudi Arabian sponsored
Right.
team. It's all pretty obvious.
Alleged interference in the 23 Grand Prix, where a whistleblower again accuses Ben Sulayem. By the way, we love you, Ben Sulayem. If you're out there, give us some free tickets. We are totally behind you. We believe in the new
Yes.
regime.
Long live the king.
Long live the king.
king.
Tried to prevent the Las Vegas circuit from being certified for racing. They said that the circuit was approved following FIA protocol and that there was delay due to construction. The FIA Ethics Committee also found no evidence to support these allegations. So I don't know much about that, but so
I don't know
Carlos
much about
Sainz
that.
found the circuit wasn't ready when he hit the manhole cover.
And I was
Oh,
going to say,
yeah.
that's
Maybe I
the
can do
irony.
that.
Maybe he was actually right on that one. I don't know.
clamped down on the swearing. We know about that. The jewelry. Comments about women's intelligence.
Yeah, you
Alleged.
should have cancelled for that. He should have been out for that.
Yeah, he should have been like,
God.
yeah, if he wasn't
How he
Saudi.
survived that?
What did he say exactly for our listeners? What did he say?
Something about women's brains not being the same or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
why they can't drive an F1 car. Yeah, they can't race F1 cars.
Wow.
But,
There's also this moment here that we're going to share. So, can you guys see this?
You can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Best Formula One crash in Dubai.
It is gold.
Look at him go. Look at him gear up.
Who is it? Is that?
That's
It's
him.
Mohammed.
That's
Oh, really?
That's
Look
Alim.
MBS himself.
Mike, it's a 2008 Renault
So
at
it's used to
Bahrain.
crashing.
At Bahrain.
Are you going to
And
spoil
he's
the
doing-
surprise, Mike?
He's
This is
doing
our biggest leader.
it's a drag. That's his car, Mohammed's car, the Ferrari,
GT.
the Ford GT.
Wow.
And it's some like Renault test driver is driving his car, and he's driving the F1 car. They swap cars. It's just a straight road. It's a straight road, folks.
Oh! Crashes in a straight line. He's
Well, he
hardly
won.
going any faster than the
Oh,
road car.
Lights him up in second. Oh,
Hardly any faster than the road car. And he crashes.
oh my God.
Look at his face. Look at his hands. He's like, oh no. He ruined it. He didn't just like more crash. He wiped it out there.
Let's make this rich guy the president of the FIA.
Re-suspension. Everything's done there. Oh, wow.
Thank you to Motus
Internet
Arab.
gold.
Thank you to Arab GT for that video. Thank you for letting us.
Oh gosh.
I reckon the guys drifting the Camrys at high speed in Middle East have more talent than that guy. Those guys have some skill.
But
Ideal.
isn't that his background? Isn't he a ex-rally guy?
he is, man. Well, that
Did
just
he win?
shows, man. If you
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
reckon he might have put on his own rally and won
Yeah,
it in his
yeah.
own backyard. Like these guys, like
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, technically, Vanessa May qualified for the Winter Olympics as well. So,
yeah, like
Distinguished career. So, relevant to that, Wittich has been fired, let's face it. So it went from Michael Massey to Wittich, and now he's been fired. Other controversies, Paolo Bassari's F1 compliance offer to the FIA, also fired. He filed a report that inferred operations of that Bin Sulayem interfered in operations of 2 races in 2023, which might be relevant to the Saudi Arabian and Las Vegas Grand Prix. So that's interesting.
they're the 2 races.
That's interesting. So 2 guys fired in the last couple of weeks. Do not step
and
to Mohammed.
on the Bassari one, like he apparently that has to go through the Senate. Like there's actually a Senate in the FIA. Like it's like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so it's supposed to go through the Senate, but yeah, there was no media, there was no comment. Like there has to be a vote on the Senate for that guy to get stood down.
Yeah,
But there was no media, no comment. There
No
was
due process,
nothing
nothing.
from them. Yeah, no due process. So
Jeez.
the only comment from the media was that Ben Suleiman had lost faith in him.
And that's the death now.
you know what the Senate looks like? It's just Jean-Marie Balestra just sitting on a
Yeah,
stool
well,
as they walk in like,
that's-
it's my way. It's only my way.
Well, I'm really glad you brought that up, Mike, because that's what I was kind of saying. It's like we're paying this guy out, and it's like, but when you look at where we come from,
It's always been like
Like-
this, yeah.
like it's always been like this. It's always been the guys with the most money have been running it, and they've been, running it the way they want to run it.
It'll be
And just
interesting to see how that
the money's
shapes up.
changed hands.
Yeah.
But I think the difference is now there's more scrutiny, right?
There's more scrutiny. It's now a
guys
truly
weren't talking
global,
about it. It was only in a
international
circle that were
sport.
talking about it when Balestra was doing it, but now we're talking about it. So, yeah, it's changing, but it'll still take time.
How long has he got left on his term as FIA president? Like,
Yeah, good question.
Has he
Yeah,
still
I'm
got
not
time?
sure.
He'll probably
I'm not
change
sure.
the rules for president for life, just adjust,
Yeah.
adjust
Yeah.
some of those
Pull a
decimal
Trump.
point.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Keeping
Well,
power.
with Balestre, I thought that was like with Balestre's like you know, he's clear dictatorship. I thought isn't that the what's the word? I don't know, the impetus for Bernie to take over with Max Mosley? Was that one of the how they got power? How he came to the fore? Because of
Well,
Balestre's clear, you know, bias with French drivers and so on and so forth.
yeah, I think that's absolutely the case. I think
Yeah.
they saw an opportunity. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Come
But
in.
I don't feel like it's this. Like I don't think it's going to happen. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like this. You know, it's different this time around. Like
yeah,
it's
definitely.
different now, just because it's before it was like only Bernie knew, or everyone on the inside knew,
Yeah,
but only a billionaire could do anything about it, like
yeah,
Bernie. Whereas,
yeah.
like, what you know, now
Just don't
now we
get
can see
caught.
what's going on, and
Yeah.
we can talk about it, so we can expose it. Like, you know, so
It's the just don't get caught policy. You know, you can do
So
what
yeah.
you want as long as you
But
don't
now
get
they don't
caught.
have that. They don't have that excuse because everyone knows that everything's on camera. Like you're always going to get caught. Everything's filmed.
Mm,
there was a stack of money that's keeping Bin Sulayem in the top job Stack of money or stack of influence, either way.
yeah,
It must be both,
must
man.
be
It's
money,
both.
man.
Like it's money.
Oh,
It's
I
definitely
mean, there's
money.
3 races in the Middle East now, and there
yeah,
Think
were
how
yeah,
many
yeah,
billions of
none.
dollars those 3 races
yeah,
would have
yeah,
cost to put on, like all together, and it's probably just one guy's
And
idea,
not
like
just
to get all
yeah.
those
3,
three
but
races done.
the
And
the the
sponsors as
final,
well.
the penultimate, and the third last race. You know, all in the
Yeah,
Middle East. So
Yeah,
they,
It's a
true.
good region for a
yeah,
World Cup as well, no?
yeah,
yeah. That's
Great
outdoor
right.
climate.
sports. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Beautiful breeze.
Golf would thrive there as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
that
Aramco,
scorching
Aston
sun barely
Martin.
feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's
That's
let's
right.
leave Mohammed Ben alone. As I said, and I will reiterate to my grave, we support him wholeheartedly and his regime. May it never die.
Yes, for life.
Yeah, just email us those free tickets, Mohammed. We will say that in person. What's this next
Paddock
topic,
pass.
guys?
We can leave the next one. I think skip over the
Okay.
next one.
Okay. So what do we got here? Perez safe signs not Colapinto JPM. What's that? These are
One
coded.
Pablo.
These
One
topics that
Pablo
we have,
Montoya.
guys. We
One
need to get
Pablo Montoya. JPM. One Pablo suggested there.
CC. Okay.
So science not Colapinto for JPM's money. That's what Red Bull should be doing. I think we've mentioned that before, so we're calling it too.
So, do
Wow.
you guys think Colapinto to Red Bull?
No.
Premature.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. But do you
Science
think
is
Ash?
cool. No, but I think the science thing could be building momentum for that. We've talked about this before. And
Worth
you mentioned
reiterating though.
like Williams doesn't have that much cash, and they'll just take whatever they can get. And if Red Bull wants science, they can pony up and buy him off Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
I mean,
same
it's a bit
man.
lame. It's a bit lame from Red Bull. Like they could have signed him anytime.
Sainz is
Yeah,
a good
true.
fit though, I reckon, for Red Bull. Just speaking of those two alone, he's a great
Hmm.
fit, I think.
I agree. I
He
think
and he deserves it, you know.
it'll be the perfect solution for Red Bull. Let Liam get a
Yeah.
year under his belt, full year under his belt, going up against Yuki. See who comes out top dog down there, and
Because it's
then worry about
unclear.
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still unclear between
I
Yuki
don't.
and Liam, I feel.
yeah,
Liam with the
Yeah.
racecraft, but Yuki with the qualifying. We need a little bit more time, I think.
yes, I agree.
I
But
don't know if Carlos and Max's history, like at Toro Rosso, has anything to do with it because they
oh yeah.
bumped heads as teammates in the past at
I'm
Red Bull.
sure
So
Max has the final word, right? Like Max can choose his teammate. He has that power.
What
I
about the
would not
dads?
be
Well,
surprised.
The dads about
Yeah,
the
actually,
teams too. Yeah?
I think his dad chooses his teammate, his underwear,
Ross.
like
Oh
his.
shit. British media and Chris, anti-Max. Wow.
No, no. I'm anti Yoss. I'm pro Max,
Yeah,
anti
yeah.
Yoss.
Oh,
Is there
Yoss.
going to be some kerfuffles in the garage with Yoss and Carlos Sainz Sr.?
Oh,
That's
dude.
what
Yeah,
happened.
exactly,
That's what
man. Carlos will
happened.
be like, I'm fucking world champion. Who the fuck are you, man?
That's epic. Yeah, Dad. They should have an all-grid dads race one day, and
Yeah,
sub
yeah.
in
That'd
sub
be
in
great.
Ralph for Mick or something. But that would be epic,
Oh
dude.
yeah,
The
yeah.
dads race. Let's arrange that grid one day. for
I
like
think we should have a dad. Just having recently watched the Macau Grand Prix, which is insane.
Oh my
It's
God, it was
insane.
hilarious.
It's hilarious and insane in equal
Yeah.
measure. They should put the dad's race and the current F1 drivers in a separate race and just put them all in those F3 cars, whatever they race around there, or even F4, and just
Yeah.
let them loose around Macau. That would be
Yeah.
wild.
During a tsunami, yes.
During us.
Which is like whenever they happen to race there.
Should we jump to the
Just
next
set
topic?
the clock for exactly like 2:30 p.m. when it rains or something.
Yeah.
So this next topic we got, what do we got here? F1 to present all 10 teams, all 10 cars at once in one event. So what's happening now? In the past, as we know, every team would present when they were ready, individually, at their own pace. They would release whatever technology they wanted to. Sometimes they'd not even release a real car. They'd release a hologram of a car or a spec or a concept of a car. They'd keep their technology to themselves. Now F1 wants a unified branding mission. So they're getting all the teams to present at once, you know, a press conference all together. What do we think of this? Is it good? Is it unify the brand, or does it take away some of the, you know, some of the joy, some of the drama, some of the excitement?
Will
Mike?
it be as cringy as Las Vegas introducing the drivers?
Yeah.
Checo!
Yes!
What am I
I
supposed
think-
to do?
If we can get will.i.am to conduct an orchestra, it'll be fine. That was not
Yeah,
cringe at all.
I think it's a bit cringe. I think it's a bit cringe and vanilla.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, man, yeah.
Mike?
why
shame.
couldn't you have the comedy of Paddy Lowe not presenting a Williams till like 5 minutes before the first race?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
It's too choreographed.
It'll be 9 teams presenting, and Williams like, oh, can we have another 5 more minutes?
Yeah. Well,
Our
here's a
Excel has
cardboard
crashed on our
cutout.
Microsoft, and we
car.
haven't been able to reboot the Excel this morning. I'm trying to get the 486 DX66 just to boot up.
What do you reckon, Chris? Do you like it or not? Yay or nay for the team
It's a
event?
bit sad, man. It's just, I think it's inevitable. It's just, what do you want to call it? Called globalization, corporatization. You know, I think it was probably inevitable, but
Dude,
I think it's actually going to hurt them. I think it's actually going to kick them in the ass because it's going to make it easier for the average fan to
yeah,
follow what's happening when there's one media release. But it's going to hurt them because it creates a lot of interest pre-season when they
it does.
drib them out. For the real fans, you're following, waiting with bated breath to see each car. It makes it the off-season really fascinating. And
True.
now it's just going to be boring as shit.
And now
So I think it's going to
before it
actually
was-
hurt them
Before
in
it was
the end.
10 hours of promotion or 10 events as
Yeah,
opposed to one.
yeah.
Now you're just getting one.
Exactly. I think it's
Man.
actually going to hurt them in the end.
When you said that, it made me feel sad about the day that Porto franchise and how good it was back in the day, dude. It's so true. Ash, what do you reckon, man?
Newtown of Portos.
Yeah.
Newtown of Portos with that
The roast
chili sauce.
vegetables, how good were
Right?
they?
That's right. Out of that big vat, the vat of chili sauce at Newtown.
Oh,
Oh my!
all good things die. Sorry, Ash,
Well,
man.
they died. Yeah. I don't like it. I prefer each team doing, but at the same time, maybe, yeah, they can just do dummy cars, so it won't be the real thing. You know, like because
Yeah.
like, you know, it'll be a real car, but it won't be the actual spec that we'll see at the races. But that's better than a virtual render, or you know, what some teams have been doing lately, just virtually rendering the car and just putting that up, and then if there's cars there, it'll be all right. But if it's just drivers getting like launched, like Mike said, at Vegas style, that's going to be so lame.
I think that's
Not
what it'll
good.
be like, come to think of it. Because
Yeah.
no team will want to, you know, reveal their hand, especially at a, you know, an
Yeah.
event like
Well,
that.
it depends when they. I mean, yeah, everyone's going to keep something back, but
Yeah.
it depends how far from the start of the season it is, because obviously they're all going to have to do it at once. They're going to have to make it later so that Williams might be ready. So they're going to have to make it like, you know, close to testing. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting, but you know, I think it's just a bit shit. Like I said, it's to appeal to the mass audience to get more viewers, but for the real fans, I don't think it's good.
I think, yeah, they should just get F1 to produce the same kind of event for each of the teams and let them do it themselves, but have if they want a more unified marketing strategy, do it on a calendar so that it's scheduled, it's regular,
Weekly or
every-
something,
Yeah, you know what I mean? 2 teams every week. and have the same presenters, maybe if they want to kind of add some kind of
Yeah.
uniformity to it. But to do it this way, I'm not down either, dude. Yeah, I have to say.
It's taken away the mystery of F1 at the same time. Like the whole like, what's the team going to bring out? You know, after this
Yeah,
guy, it was just it's just
big part
corporatization.
of it is
And
that that spycraft between the teams. And, what are
yeah,
you doing?
and now
Oh, they've got the wing. We got to work on our wing. Oh, they're doing ground effects. Shit, I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
I was just
They're
thinking
doing
it
zero
could be
side
bad.
concept. See how that went.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
because it
and
is.
now I'm actually picturing it like there's nowhere they're going to be pulling off the cars, and like then the drivers
Yeah,
are going to be looking at the real cars, going, "Oh, fuck that!" Like they're all
yeah,
just
yeah,
going to be.
yeah,
This is an F1 car with our paint, and this is an
yeah,
F1
Yeah, yeah,
car
yeah,
with
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
paint.
yeah. That's
It'll
gonna
be
look so
bullshit.
bad.
It'll just
Because
be a
that's the
media
intrigue,
circus.
right? To see who
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
development right in the off season,
Yeah,
and that's the big thing to see what has the Newey team gotten together, what has Mercedes
yeah.
gotten together, what they developed, and now if we're doing it all on the same night, it's weird, man. It's everyone pulling down their pants at once, which
Nah,
it's
That's
not
it'll
as
right.
fun
Like,
as it
it'll
sounds.
it'll
how
be
It's
a
will we
just going to be
know
generic
if
about
they've
car.
liveries. It'll be
how
about
will we know
liveries.
if they've raised the ground clearance on Lance Stroll's car only? How would we know?
How will
Yeah.
we know?
So what are we doing? Monaco? I changed the group procedures. Oh,
Changes to
okay.
grid procedures. All right, that's the next topic, guys. Who wants to kick this one off?
No, these
No,
ones.
just a tidbit, but yeah, they've changed after the chaos in Brazil, they've changed the grid procedures. So if there is an empty grid slot, like at the start of a race, like say someone goes off on the formation lap, or if Stroll's still racing and goes off, like they're gonna like make it that you don't leave the empty spot, you just move up. So everyone
Okay.
moves up a spot, which to get rid of some confusion, I think.
I think that is confusing though. Like if you're on the left side of the grid and they say, "Oh, you have to go to the right side of the grid
Because
now,"
your setup's going to change. Well, not your setup, but
Oh
your start
yeah.
procedure might change, right? Or,
You'll
or
be
your
pissed if you're off
strategy,
the
like
right.
your strategy going into the first corner, like yeah.
Mm.
Your
But
grip
I think
level
that's
on
fine.
takeoff.
I think that's fine, man. You got to be flexible. I think
Yeah,
that's
no,
fair enough.
I kind of
I
find it
like I
amazing
like the
that.
jeopardy. I like the jeopardy of empty grid spots.
Yeah, me too. It's like,
Yeah,
well, these are the smartest guys in the world, apparently, for racing, and they can't sort out their shit before the race and work out where they'd have to be. It's physical or whatever. I don't like it. It's a bit lame.
yeah, yeah. I don't like it for that reason, like
You got your
because
team
they
engineers
can't
help you
work
out.
it
It's like,
out.
go to this grid
But
spot, be there.
but I
Mm.
feel like everyone just move up. Like that guy should go to be at the back. Like I think just makes it
I
more.
if I can just interject with a small story, I remember reading about Mika Hakkinen when he was first driving for Lotus, and there was the empty grid slot in front of him because the guy had gone out, and the marshals were frantically waving him forward to the grid
Oh,
slot that was empty, but he had the presence of mind to go, "No, I'm not taking the grid slot. I'm taking my own," and he didn't get a penalty. So it takes the
yeah,
driver's presence of mind, the
exactly.
calm
Mm.
nature that
Nice.
Hakkinen had none of that during his early career to still be able to have the presence of
Yeah,
mind.
Yeah,
Cool,
fair
cool.
that's
enough.
what I like.
Anyway,
Mm. So
That was
Monaco got confirmed till 2031, boys. Obviously one of the signature races on the calendar. It wasn't going anywhere really. I mean, it's the one race that, they pay to stay, but one change to Monaco to keep it relevant and exciting. One change each. I want from each of you boys. Mike, Ash, let's kick off with you first. We don't hear from you first.
Make the car smaller. That's
Yeah, nice. Realistic change. How about a
uh,
doable change?
yeah, make the cars narrower. Go back to a narrower car instead of
Just for one race?
no,
No,
just in
no.
general, but just to make the racing better as well. Like
It
smaller
would be
cars,
overall, yeah, it
is
would be
more
better.
overall. Like, and then Monaco is like the key example of that. You get some great races there from the past, and because the cars are a lot narrower, but not
Exactly.
yeah.
It's a great
So
track. It's an exciting
you
track. It's got
you
so much
can't
history,
change
but the
the
cars are too big.
yeah. For me, the track layout stays the track layout. You can't change that to make it any more exciting unless you
Just
want
gonna
to extend the tunnel exit and make that longer and get rid of the chicane
around
after it.
Piscine. Yeah.
Yeah, or make that chicane further down if you can to give them more chances of outbraking.
We're talking
Uh,
about billionaire real estate here, Ash. No one's touching the
yeah,
real estate.
there's space to run off there. Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
that's yeah.
Mike,
the cars narrower.
can we change Monaco or Monaco?
Can we just have
as
like an
Aussie
extra
say?
like 400 horsepower push to pass on the hybrid system? They can use like 5 times per race. And then also they're on like some hyper soft, so they have to have like 3 pit stops per race at Monaco. So because obviously there's no
Oh, that's a
passing
good
on the
idea. That's
road.
actually a
Just
feasible
put
idea.
some
I like that.
crazy soft qualifying tires on, have some crazy push to pass on the hybrid system, and watch the fireworks.
I like that one, Chris.
I agree.
Yeah, look, I'll just say, like, Monaco wasn't going anywhere. I think the only reason they were talking about it going anywhere was the conflict, because I think Rolex sponsors F1 and Tag sponsors Monaco. So that was the problem, because they sponsored the Monaco Grand Prix and Tag and
Cheapskates.
Rolex sponsors F1. But now, next year, LVMH or whatever, that luxury mega brand, is sponsoring F1, not Rolex anymore. Rolex is out.
Oh, wow.
So that's why Monaco is assured of like 10 years. That's really what it comes down to. It's just like the money politics behind the scenes. Nothing to do with what the fans want.
I can more likely afford a fake Tag Heuer than I can a fake Rolex, so that makes things a lot more feasible in my world.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I would say, as far as changing stuff, I would say don't touch the track. The track's is, the whole reason it's iconic is because it is what it is. Like, I want to see the casino hairpin, I know no one's going to pass there, but I still want to see the cars go through there. Like, I want to see all those iconic corners. But it's like, change nothing. It's quality. Like, that's
where it's at.
Quality at Monaco. Like, it's so special. Like, and it kind of I feel like it reminds everyone about F1, about the fastest guys going as fast as they can just for a minute. Fuck tire deg and fuck all this other shit. Let's just go balls out for fucking a minute and a half and go as fast as we can. And at least at Monaco, qualifying is supreme, and they all just put it, on the limit. And so that's why Monaco is special, and that's why Monaco should stay.
It's how I spent my Bucks night, so it'll always hold a special place in my heart.
And mine also.
So I asked him to go one way, and he went the other way, Chris. Very clever, very clever. All right. Change nothing, he says. Another guy didn't want to change anything. Ricciardo didn't want to send off, apparently. He was, up until the last minute, believing he was going to pull out a podium and keep his job. I don't need a send off. I'm not going anywhere. I love it. That Aussie attitude. What do we think of this, guys? True honey badger spirit.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, that was the story. That was the story that was put out. And like, Laurent Mekies was interviewed, and he was like, "Nah, it wasn't us." Like, because they obviously copped a lot of flack for not giving him the send off, and he didn't get the treatment he deserved, and blah blah blah. But he was like, it all came from him. He was like, "It's not my last race." Like, and they said that he believed to the last moment that he was going to produce a performance that was going to keep him in the car.
God.
And whether or not it's true, I'm not so sure. I don't really necessarily believe it's true, but I think it's a nice story for everyone, so that Danny looks great and committed, and like great spirit to the end, and the team was doing just what he wanted till the end. So I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting story. I don't know if it's true, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Any takes on that, boys? Anything in the comments?
Yeah, I guess if you're dancing above the death zone at Everest and you think that you're infallible, something might happen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I can kind of see it from his point of view. Got nothing to lose. Like, if they do the farewell, what's he going to get? Some awkward long interviews. Like, nothing else is really going to change. He's just going to have to sit and talk to Natalie Pinkham for 10 minutes about his great career. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Nothing's really going to change. He's still his last race. He's like, fuck it, it's my last race. I just want to be by myself. I don't want to have to do all that shit. Like, I'm in a shit car. I'm not going well. I think he just probably
awkward as hell. Let's avoid this retirement ceremony. I don't want the gold watch.
Exactly. Let's pretend it's not happening. Let's just pretend it's not happening.
Yeah.
Gold tag instead of a gold Rolex.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should preview the Las Vegas, baby. It's Vegas, baby, coming up this Sunday. We're going to do a watch along from our channel. Um, it starts at 5 p.m. our time in Australia. Are you sure you won't be able to make it, Mike?
I no,
Mike,
I'll
this is your last Sunday at this job. You don't need this job anymore. You're
Yeah, if
getting
you
a
get
new
this
job.
job, tell them to
You
get
could spend
through.
all morning prepping for your new job and your presentation.
Mhm.
Couple of hours. No, I'm just kidding, but
Yeah,
just
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there halfway. I'll be there halfway. If I leave work at 5, I'll be there for
all
6.
right.
Okay, I'll be
You hear that? The rest of the pit crew will all be here
yeah. Our
for the watch
fans and
along.
subscribers have heard that, Mike. That
We're
went
committed
live.
now. They're
Yes.
not
Yes.
subbing to see us, idiots. They're subbing to see you. All right, Las
I'll
Vegas.
try and drive the coolest car of any F1 driver currently owns, Lando Norris's Lamborghini Miura, and I'll try and get here as quickly as possible.
Oh, that'd be dope.
And I'll take a photo of you pulling up in it. I look forward to it.
Yeah, not as cool as Lando.
Okay, Las Vegas preview. What do you reckon, boys and girls? What's going to happen? Ash, kick us
Yeah.
off.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's been so long since we've had a race. I'm just got a brain blank. But yeah, looking
Give us a
forward to
top
it.
three then. Give us a top three. Let's just do top threes then.
Not again. Oh,
Yeah,
man. Top
again.
three.
I'm gonna write this shit down. So,
Gosh.
Ash, what do you got? You guys think of these three?
Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen.
Ooh. Okay, so well, what does Max need to tie up the championship to lock it all
Just
up?
got to beat Lando, I think.
Just to beat
Just got to
Lando.
beat Lando.
Just has to
Like in
finish
the
in front
points.
or be behind by 2, and that's it. Game done.
Okay.
All over.
All right, Chris, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that you got Charles there, Ash, but because I've got Charles too.
That means we
Charles.
lose together.
Well,
Go
I got Charles, Max, Lando.
Okay. Mike?
Actually, no, I want to change that. Charles, Max, Oscar.
Oh, good one.
Okay.
Now the champion's over. Oscar's like, fuck this, man. I'm the number one. I'm going to beat Lando for the rest of the season.
I'm
Show
gonna
who's number one for the start of next year.
I'm gonna go Max, Oscar, George.
Oh.
Ooh. I like it.
Something
I'm going to
different.
go Charles, Carlos, Lando.
Oh,
The Ferraris
Ferrari double.
strong in North America.
Yeah.
Wow. So we got three people
Could be
predicting
good.
Charles Leclerc is going to win next week. We got three people predicting McLaren will come second, and no, sorry, McLaren, Red Bull, and then Red Bull. Not really a pattern there, but three going for first for Ferrari. Okay, for Charles Leclerc. Okay.
Yeah.
And if he
Well-
doesn't, he's going to be, I am stupid.
Mm.
Man, the other thing I can remember from last year is Charles passing Checo on the last lap for second.
Yeah.
Last corner.
Yeah, I can't remember much
Shall-
of last
shall I
year
go
either.
check out?
What were some of the touching points last year?
So Max was leading, and then they're begging Max like slow down to give Checo the drafts because he was like way too far back for DRS because the straight's so long. Like slow down, Max, slow down. He's like 5 seconds in front. He's like, I'll try, and he did slow down, but it still wasn't enough. Like yeah, Charles just got him like on the last corner, like into the last corner, and then yeah. There was like, I don't know, 10th or something between them, like pretty much a short drag to the line, and he just got him.
Was it a poor defense by Checo that allowed?
Yeah, it was like, man, like it's the last corner, like all you gotta do, like, yeah, he was just like bumping around, like he has been for the last few years.
Yeah.
He's having a Kit Kat.
His
Yeah,
downfall's been epic. Not epic, but yeah. It's been horrible to watch.
It's been sad, yeah, sad.
Mm.
I like Checo, like, I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Just comes across a really nice guy, and
Down to earth.
when he's good, he's really good. Like, but I don't know. It's just one of those mystery setup things. Like, it's Max's car, not his car.
Yeah, true.
Okay, Miami 23 was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Well, think about Bahrain, man. When he got the seat, last to first,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
in the Pink Panther.
Yeah, dude, that seems like such a long time ago.
Yeah, it
But
does.
lost that magic. What happened? Hey, he had
He met Max. He met Max like everyone, man.
Fucking
Like
Max,
everyone.
man.
Like everyone else.
He got access to Max's telemetry and saw it. And
Yeah,
was like, oh,
it was
God.
like, what? What? How?
Right. Damn
¿Qué
him.
pasa? ¿Qué pasa?
Okay. All right. Shall we wrap it up there, boys?
Mm-hmm.
Any last
I think
takes?
so, guys.
All right. Thank you. This was
Point to
Recreate Play Production. This has been a hot lap with the pit crew. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. So we are begging for your subs.
Please, guys. Young channel, starting out, working really hard.
Be nice
We
to
really
us.
need your support to help us make it worthwhile. We can do this together, guys.
We can do it. Call to action. We'll see you on Sunday.
Okay.
Let's go. Watch along
Let's go.
in Vegas.
Vamos.
It's going to be fun.
Kimmy, you missed the presentation. Will you get over it?
I was having a shit.
Okay, thanks for that.